of the final day of league play for Europe, and boy, is it an important game. We've got PSG and FNATIC both fighting to keep their spot in the RLCS and hopefully have a shot at the World Championship by making it to the playoffs.
I have a game title, or sorry, a movie title for that desk segment. I think it's the perfect storm because it was like watching a natural disaster that just ended with a ship sinking. There's nothing good about that. There was absolutely nothing okay about anything I just witnessed.
You know what? I'm not going to argue on that.
Hopefully this game, I mean, to be fair, this game is no matter what going to be better than whatever that just was.
Well, fortunately, the death segment's over. That's all I've got to say. And now we get to watch some Rocket League. And this is an important matchup for PSG and FNATIC. Both of these teams having a less than stellar season. But now a chance to turn it around, a chance to finish in the top 6. As Gibbs laid out for us, the only way we won't know a top 6 result is if PSG wins by a score margin of 3-2. So FNATIC wins, they're top 6. PSG wins by anything other than 3-2, they're top 6.
FNATIC has found themselves in this place just a season ago. And they did not live up to what they wanted.
Yeah, they had to fight for their spot in the promotion tournament last time. Now they want to avoid that. Here we go, kickoff in game number 1. And as they pointed out, keep your eyes on those rookies, Mummy Snow and Fruity. Both of them key to the offense for both sides.
Snasky already looking for a bump on goalie. They have a plan of attack.
That one's going to bounce straight down, and Farah somehow pushed that away from Maestro, who was looking for the follow-up shot. And now Fruity way downfield. Mummy Snow clearing it back. Chassette has possession. Going for a hit off the wall. Mummy Snow in reverse hits it. Now center from Fruity. But Snasky, the only one in the middle. Ball in the corner. Mummy Snow. That shot was threatening, but Fruity was able to clear it away after it hit the sidewall. Now a follow-up shot saved from Snasky. Farah, he was doing a lot of scoring last week. Almost opening up the score sheet for PSG right there.
Mummy Snow's got the boosted challenges, but he had to use almost all of it to catch up.
And that
interesting difference between the rookies, too, is that Mummy Snow, the desk was saying that he is pretty much their main offense. And as a rookie, having that kind of responsibility and weight, I think adds a bit of pressure, while Fruity, I think, has been more of a supportive role. He can excel in offense when he needs to, but he knows that his teammates can do it without him.
I mean, there was a time where Farah was a top scorer in the RLCS in the hunt for Golden Striker back in Season 4.
That's fair, yeah.
And PSG could use that Farah right now, and that Farah almost coming out, hitting the crossbar. And Farah at midfield pops it up. Snasky trying to push it down, and he dunks Chassette. Ball still bouncing. Fruity has to take care of it. Mummy Snow with the challenge. Ball out for Maestro, but he has to leave it for Farah. Farah now tried to connect with Fruity, but Fruity wasn't able to make the shot. Now Chassette popping it up in front of the FNATIC net. Snasky off to the side. Fruity with the center ball, but no one's there, and Mummy Snow gets the clear.
FNATIC leaving a little bit too much room for comfort. I think they're letting PSG come and get a lot of these challenges, which is forcing them to just get hard clears, not pass it up. They're not really working as a team. They're just essentially what feels like playing the inevitable defense until the next goal happens.
Yeah, both. Or well, PSG's had a few shots, some threatening, some right at the goalkeeper. Definitely PSG having the edge so far. And chance though for Snasky, and Maestro tried to pass it back out. That looked like it might have had a chance on net. Fruity now with time. Blocked by Snasky, but you know, I would love to see the replay on that carpet. I didn't see if that was going in or not, but Maestro definitely thought that it was going to get saved.
It was pretty close. They may have been frustrated, but I think the idea was probably smarter than to leave it sitting in case it wasn't going in, to drop it down, keep it away from a hard clear, maybe even a pinch into the crossbar, which would have been pretty devastating with their positioning.
Now under 2 minutes left to play in game 1, and we're still scoreless. A demo from Mummy on Fruity. Now hard backward hit. Snasky trying to make the read. He does it. And FNATIC get the first goal of game 1.
Mummy Snow opening up everything. He's the one that forced Chassette into that jump, so Chassette was unable to challenge that either. He got a demolition and then pulled Chassette out of the play. It was essentially a 3v1 for a period of time, and FNATIC capitalizes.
Leafex, yeah, he was heavily criticizing Snasky on the desk. Snasky coming through big now for FNATIC. Fruity off the corner to Chaussette. Chaussette off the back wall, and Maestro doesn't let Fruity get the follow-up. Fruity getting challenged by Maestro, or Farah rather. Now Fruity downfield. Maestro in the corner, clears it to the center where Farah's waiting. Fruity with the redirect, he's gonna put it off the backboard, and Snasky hits it downfield. Now Chaussette at the mid, denying the clear. Down the corner, dunks it out to Fruity, and Fruity shoots it high. That was a good chance for PSG.
He had 2 defenders to make it around, and he opted to go a little bit gentle with his shot.
Chaussette going for the air dribble. Farah getting beat to the ball by Mummy. Now counterattack. Mummy has full boost. Mind games Fruity. Dribbles it by Chaussette, looking for Maestro, and Farah gets the clear. Some heroics there from Mummy Snow. Almost taking out that whole defense. Final 30 seconds. PSG have been close, but they have not been able to finish off a goal. Maestro popping it up, going for a second touch. That shot's gonna be weak. Turned aside by Chaussette. Fruity on the wall. Final 10 seconds, Fruity into Farah, and Farah strikes true and ties it up with 7 seconds on the clock.
The power from this shot, just far enough from net. Snasky unable to make the contact on it, and Mummy Snow needed him to. No matter what, he was not going to reach that so long as Farah had the placement, and Farah's placement was beautiful. Far post, unbelievably quick. Tie game with 7 seconds.
Oh, and then off the kickoff, Chaussette had to turn aside and shot another follow-up from Maestro, and we've got overtime in game 1. And now Farah off the kickoff. Snasky popping it down. Fruity not the greatest touch. Maestro has the ball here. A demo from Farah onto Snasky. The shot coming out. The redirect from Fruity. And PSG take game 1.
PSG turned it on in these last 30 seconds. Where did this come from? These passing plays, all of a sudden, the power on them, the consistency, the last 2 attempts, beautifully attempted at net. They're gonna get 2 goals within, what was that, 20 seconds?
Yeah, the final seconds. Farah got that goal with 7 seconds left on the clock.
The overtime,
and then that overtime winner. So yeah, under 20 seconds. Turning that around. What an ending to that match. Snasky, he got his 1 goal on the backboard, reads a self-pass unassisted, and the complete opposite for PSG. They had just wonderful passes. Farah with a stellar shot. That thing was a laser beam finding the back of the net in a huge moment. So PSG absolutely stealing game 1.
And it took them literally that entire game to figure out what it took to get the passes, how to break FNATIC apart, how to find the holes. And if FNATIC had taken that, I would have said the MVP, I'd already would have wanted to give to Mummy Snow. The amount of aggression he was putting on, he's pretty much the reason Snasky even had that attempt to get the double touch, because he's the one that got the demolition, followed by pretty much, I'm going to call it a bump, but he put so much pressure onto Chaussette that Chaussette just jumped and was just floating there in the, it's almost worse.
I mean, and he also had that play where he mind gamed into the dribble, beat 2 defenders, and then almost found Maestro in the middle. But PSG, you have to give them credit. They continued to keep the pressure on a majority of the game, had a lot of shots, and then finally strung it all together in the final seconds of that match. Farah, you got to watch out for him. If his shooting's on, it's time to be afraid. FNATIC now looking to pull this back in game 2. Chaussette on the side wall. Snasky not the greatest clear, and Farah strikes very early in game 2.
We've talked about it. This touch from Snasky. You had Maestro on the ground. I think they wanted to work together. Maybe Snasky was hoping he'd drop that a little bit lower so that it would go right onto Maestro's hood. Off of kickoff, though, in another 8 seconds. Yeah, that's what, 3 goals?
In that situation, you have to either leave it for your teammate or get that ball out into the corner. But with a flat car like that, it can be a little more difficult.
PSG have now scored 3 goals in 30 seconds against FNATIC.
The FNATIC defense has been less than fantastic this season. And now Farah, when he is striking the ball like he is, you have to watch out. Mummy Snow on the dribble, flicks it by Chaussette, goes for the follow-up. Fruity meets him, rebound to Maestro. Maestro pops it into the middle, but Chaussette gets there before Snaski. And now Mummy sets that down for Chaussette. Fruity going for the redirect, but Maestro gets in the way. Good bounce off the corner, Farah's up. Gets that out of Mummy Snow's hands, but Snaski's there trying to center it. Not the greatest touch, but Fruity pops it up. Mummy off into the PSG corner. Now Fruity going for the clear, met at the half field mark by Maestro, who takes possession now. Going for a wave dash. Almost got it by Farah, but Farah with a good challenge and a bump on Snaski. That'll buy some time. Now Fruity.
PSG getting caught in their own half. Maybe playing a little more passive now that they have the lead. Last game, they didn't even have that tie until the last 7 seconds, so now they have a little bit of time to breathe.
What will FNATIC do with this space right here? Miss from Mummy. Maestro trying to dribble it by, but PSG's defense has been very good, meeting these attackers, preventing the dribbles. But now a chance, net open from the demo, and Maestro is able to capitalize. They're tied up at 1 apiece.
So both goals for FNATIC now have resulted because of demolitions. Chaussette spawning in the corner, no one able to retreat in time. Farah and Fruity already pretty dedicated to that play. It's a nice attempt on FNATIC, or from FNATIC, to get that demolition, followed by the shot on goal.
That demo just opening up the doors, and Chaussette, a tough situation, but he was able to get that ball out of the middle. Maestro turning on this. Going for the pass off the sidewall, but Farah is going to clear it down to Fruity. Fruity has to bail out. Now Farah off the backboard. Maestro clears it hard. Chaussette at the mid. Now Maestro. Both teams hitting it back and forth right now. See if one tries to slow it down. Snaski with a clear downfield. Maestro with the redirect. And he's just going to blast that in. FNATIC take the lead.
Maestro playing unbelievably aggressively with his positioning here all the way up. Chaussette and Farah neither really deciding to challenge that one until it got so close to the ground. I think Maestro even knowing, oh, this is pretty low. If I jump for this, especially if that ball came on, he wouldn't have been as aware that there was a defender right in front of him.
And Maestro, as the desk talked about, he was the guy for them last season. Hasn't really been having the same quality of season so far, but this would be a big series to come up and make a statement. Fruity clearing it down. Snaski was in the middle. Mummy up for it, and Snaski up for it, and Maestro there as well. All of FNATIC in one spot, but now they spread out.
They somehow don't get punished. That challenge from Maestro was much needed. Mummy Snow. Mummy Snow.
Mummy Snow getting battered and bruised, but still staying on top of that ball. But now Farah gets it by. Chance for Chaussette if he can get there in time, but Mummy Snow hustles back. Still a chance for Chaussette. Hits it off the backboard. He won't be able to follow up the double tap. But FNATIC scrambling. Fruity pop that out into the middle. Chaussette. The long shot. Mummy Snow had to get up and make the save. Follow-up chance for Farah, and Farah finds the opposite side of the net. PSG tie it up.
It felt like just a matter of time. FNATIC making 2 pretty big mistakes, all 3 grouping up or missing on defense. And finally, on a transition from defense to offense, PSG are able to take 2 shots back-to-back. The first one, pulling out that final defender, and the second one, Farah. Nice far placement.
And Snaski getting taken out on kickoff. Chaussette centered to Fruity. Fruity getting challenged by Mummy. Now ball right down to Farah. Farah into the FNATIC corner. Maestro pops it by him, going to try to pop it by Chaussette. Center ball, Fruity. Ooh, that was a good challenge from Mummy to get that ball out of danger, but Farah, shooting opportunity, going for the shot, and the dunk, and Snaski able to push that one wide. Final minute of gameplay, we're tied up. Maestro going for a wave dash, has some time, but Chaussette quickly cuts that out. Chaussette looking for Farah in the middle. Farah up, can he hit it? No, he missed the shot.
They caught FNATIC flat-footed, but they weren't able to turn it in.
Now Maestro, a good ball up. Snasky wasn't able to connect with it. And now Farah, dangerous pop, but he's going to take over. Doesn't do much with that hit. Now Farah sneaking in. Fruity might go for a tap out. Snasky hitting it down. Mummy Snow over to Snasky again. Blocked by Chassette. Farah into the corner. Final 10 seconds. This could be the last attack. Chassette with a big block. Farah going for a bump. Maestro has a dribble chance here. And now we have overtime again in game 2.
I think the sweat started to beat up there towards the end. But they managed to make it to overtime. Their second one.
And we saw a quick win from PSG in the game number 1 overtime. Can they do it again here? Maestro, not the greatest hit. And Farah got bumped out of the way. Snasky now trying to dribble it. A close call for FNATIC early in this overtime. And a good pass, but Chassette hits it up to Farah. Farah lobs it towards net, and Maestro clearing it off to the corner. Now again, Chassette going for a long clear. Follow-up chance. Chassette, the shot, crossbar. It bounces down. Farah going for the pass off the backboard, and Fruity cleans it up. PSG take another overtime victory in game 2.
All 3 players battering that poor crossbar, or at least 2 of them. But it was exactly what was needed. You saw Snasky in net. He just had to sit and watch. First shot, he's like, I'm not going to jump yet. Second shot's bound to be in. I'll jump. Oh, that's not in either. By then, he was flipping around, had no idea what to do with his car. And the final shot from Fruity will seal the deal. PSG 3-2.
And look at that, Farah, 100% goal participation, 2 goals on 7 shots, also getting that assist at the end there to Fruity. PSG are just stepping up when they need to. If they can close this series out, they guarantee themselves top 6, which would be massive. A shot at the World Championship and guaranteeing them a spot to stay in the RLCS this season. That is what you're looking for in this final game of league play.
And you talk about being able to play offense. Mummy Snow, I think, has been a lot more of a setup player in this series than he has been a striker. He only had 1 shot that last game. Maestro had 4, and you had Snasky with 1. So him and Snasky a little bit low, but they're setting up Maestro. And you see Mummy Snow with the solo plays in the corner. He's baiting out defenders. He's pulling them out. And when I look at the position of FNATIC, sometimes they're a little bit too slow to get to the ball. Sometimes they're not supporting each other. It's really hard to pinpoint exactly what that problem is in the middle of a hectic game. It really takes a lot more replay, watching, seeing exactly why they were rotating slow, what was going on. Maybe it's communication issues. We saw a couple of panics. There was one time where all 3 of them were up on offense, and it really relied on Maestro to get that challenge.
In PSG, I mean, on the other hand, you think about how many times they've been getting shots on net, quality shots on net. They have just been pelting FNATIC. And FNATIC, like you're saying, they haven't really had that many solid shots on net. They have been getting challenged at the origin of the shot every time by PSG. And a bump from Fruity on Mummy. PSG could close this out and end their season on a positive note. Fruity up. Fruity now going for a crazy shot. That one hit off the post. Follow-up from Chassette. That was high.
2 go up for it, though.
Key hit there. Now Chassette. Now Fruity. Farah lurking, getting demoed by Maestro. Chassette pops it up to himself, but Snasky was up first. Chassette still gets a piece of it. Shot from Fruity, blocked by Maestro. Chassette with that boost steal in the corner.
4 shots already for PSG, none for FNATIC. They've yet to push it to offense.
Oh, and a miss there from Maestro. Farah is going to hit that off the backboard, and Fruity cleans it up.
To watch them fall apart in a time like this, Maestro not getting the hit. Mummy Snow trying to get a little cheeky to use the goal to propel him out to the ball, but he misread it. A double defensive whiff results in PSG's first goal in Game 3.
FNATIC starting to fall apart, and a miss there on the kickoff. Both players perhaps going for a block. Farah clearing downfield. Snasky has some time. Tries to flick it by Fruity, but it pops right up into the middle for Chassette. Chassette with a dunk. Mummy trying to get back. Now Farah. Ball bouncing out into a dangerous spot. Maestro gets to it and clears it downfield.
It just feels like FNATIC are simply being outpaced. PSG are challenging nearly everything. They're getting the challenges. They're winning a lot of them, but even if they don't, eventually you'll see a double commit from FNATIC, but Maestro makes me eat my own words.
Yeah, this was a well-placed clear. Chaussette and Fruity both up in the air for that one, leaving Farah the only one in a defensive position, and when that ball bounced out into the middle, Maestro did not miss it. PSG and FNATIC now tied up at 1 apiece in what could be the final game of the series. Farah going for a block, but Mummy forces it by. Fruity touches to himself. That shot floating by, and Snasky is going to get the save. Chaussette the follow-up, and Mummy gets the save. Fruity pinching it out into the middle. Mummy Snow right back into the FNATIC corner. Chaussette with the block.
Chaussette.
And the center. Farah has some time. Touches it to himself, going for the air dribble. Passed out to Fruity, and Fruity again connects with the pass from Farah. These two working wonderfully together.
Where has this PSG been all season? That carry from Farah forced Maestro to stay grounded. If he challenged that, he just would have pulled himself out of net and not even been there for it. But it didn't even matter. He was there, and Fruity still slammed it right past him.
You know, I did not think that air dribble was going to work. You don't see it work that many times, but Farah, perfect execution, and Fruity right there ready to capitalize on that pass. Now Chaussette going for a double tap. That pass out in the middle. Fruity turned around, did not think players were going to miss. Now Maestro getting blocked by Farah. Mummy right back into the corner. Farah's already on the wall. Doesn't get much of a hit on it. And now Maestro a block. Long hit from Chaussette. Snasky. First touch takes possession, but hits it right out to Fruity. Fruity going for a double tap. A miss there, and Farah will clean this one up. It's just been a lot of rebounds right in front of net. Easy goals for PSG.
Will FNATIC clean up their defense in the next 2 minutes and 18 seconds? They cannot let these go in.
And PSG now 2 minutes and 18 seconds away from securing a playoff spot. Fruity forces that ball out into the middle. This time Chaussette gets an easy one. 4-1, PSG running away.
I mean, at this point, you're not going to say no to the charity. You're not going to turn it down. 4-1 in a game that will give you a playoff spot. Everyone in the corner there for FNATIC, it feels like they just stopped communicating. Maybe they're frustrated and they're not using their words, but they're all double committing or finding themselves in a weird spot and just flat out missing the ball.
It has not been pretty for FNATIC. Another chance, but Snasky gets back in time. FNATIC need a goal right now. 3-goal deficits. That's about the point in an RLCS match where you start writing the game off. It's going to be a tough one for FNATIC, but that shot blocked by Fruity. Chaussette at the midfield. Maestro right down to Fruity. Fruity hitting it towards net. And not the greatest clear. Fruity hits the crossbar. Farah with a touch. Chaussette up. And FNATIC escaped from that attack without relenting a goal. But now Fruity on the follow-up. He scores it. 5-1 PSG.
Did they escape, James?
I thought they were going to get out of danger.
Just when it looked like it.
But Fruity had something else to say. An unassisted goal. A self-pass off the backboard. And now PSG absolutely dominated.
And that was all of Fruity's boost. I mean, he had exactly what he needed to make that play happen. But 5-1. You got to feel a little bit, I don't know, disappointed, I guess, if you're FNATIC. You know you could have performed better. These massive defensive mistakes are just, no matter what place you are in the league, this is not characteristic of these teams.
And you know what? It just seems like they found this working formula. That was a hat trick for Fruity. And Chaussette, he's just kind of been playing last man back, letting Farah take these shots. Sometimes Farah's hitting the shots, other times it just goes right out for Fruity to clean up. Chaussette just having to sit in the back, keep things tight on defense.
But it's
been working. Man. Hey, you know, all 3 players from PSG playing well, but Farah has really stepped up, and Fruity continues to have solid play. Chaussette. In the final 30 seconds, Mummy Snow got the clear, but it was off the post and just right out into the center. We're 1 away from a Brazil.
I think it's safe to say PSG have made it into the playoffs.
26 seconds left.
You know, I'm not a risky man, so I'm going to go ahead and state it.
It might be too early to call, Carpet.
It might be.
There's still time on the clock.
I mean, it's just so rough to watch.
Okay, the Brazil has been official. It's been a while since I've gotten to be part of one. And in game number 3, a game where PSG has to close it out to get top 6, they do it in style. Absolutely smashing FNATIC right now, 7-1.
Surprised there's no sound effect in game for when that happens, like, bah, 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 you know?
Vuvuzelas. And this has been exactly what you're looking for if you're PSG. Former DreamHack champions. It has been a struggle for them initially in the season, but they finished strong. The final seconds counting down. And Fruity is gonna let that hit. PSG eSports sweep FNATIC. They will be in the playoffs.